As the writing of this, and probably for a long time, open world are one of the common genre of video game. Well, it makes no sense to call it a genre, but it is perceived as such enough to have its own tag in Steam. The games in this category offer the same kind of big maps, where you can go nearly everywhere and go nearly everything very early in your progression. You have multiple kinds of open worlds, the lore ones, such as Skyrim, where you can go around to get stories, the systemic ones, like Breath of the Wild, where everything is a testbed for the systems, the Destiny ones, where maps exist to run endlessly, and the in-betweens. The core of all of those is the freedom it offers. Open worlds are freedom. You do whatever you please, however you please, whenever you please. You can climb every mountain you see, or fight any enemy you want, in marketing material at least, because in practice, true freedom does not exist. Not the philosophical kind of freedom does not exist, because, well, yeah, okay, the philosophical kind of freedom also does not exist, because free will is not really a thing, but that's not the point. My point is that games are designed and that your freedom is a lie induced by the design. In Breath of the Wild, you may be able to go anywhere after clearing the plateau, but the average random won't go to one of the bits first. You'll follow the main quest you're given, complete those shrines while going to the marked points and get your upgrade slate. And every part of the game behaves this way. You always follow one main path and will get sidetracked to explore the hill that everyone else will explore, because it looks very interesting. Same goes for Skyrim with these fucking giant camps that everyone will see. And that is what freedom really is in an open world, choosing one main objective and deciding what cool cairn that was put here on purpose you'd get distracted by. In practice, open worlds are a series of big interconnected corridors, getting you from one corridor to the other in a seamless way. This might sound dumb when saying like this, but it is quite important to understand this, to understand why Sonic Frontier, for all of its trash tier inbred defect, is to me the most amazing open world there is. Sonic Frontier's open world quirk is that it tries to reach the purest form of an open world behavior. Its map design is made of three core elements: the point of interest, which are minigames that will give you token on completion, paths made of bumpers and boosters and zipline connecting to point of interest, and story mission. Those elements dictate the loop of the game. You spawn in the map, see a path, get to it. It ends near another path, you take it. Repeat until you get to a point of interest. Complete the point of interest. Take a path near the area of the minigame and get back to step 1. Once you have enough token, go to a story mission. And it still creates this feeling of freedom, because each step offers multiple options. After completing a point of interest, you'll have multiple paths to take to go to a different ones, which will also offer multiple paths, and they're all interconnected, so you'll never hit a cul-de-sac. And it is basic open world design, but Frontiers do that perfectly. You'll never end up not knowing where to go, you'll never end up having to backtrack, you'll always get to somewhere cool, combined with movement being the core of Sonic, making the path between point of interest extremely fun to take. It makes the recipes for the purest form of open worlds. That's not everything Frontiers does perfectly. The reasons between minigames being always great and the topology of the island being always interesting would be the other two great points. But they do not serve the structure as well. Sonic Frontiers make you feel free by pushing you into a very rigid structure, where everything you do is precisely planned. It removes the bad aspect of freedom, such as being overwhelmed by choice, and makes sure you get to see everything the game has to offer. And that is by far, the best design philosophy this game could have got. You're being lied into believing you make choices, but none will ever matter, and you'll get to see everything anyway. It is, to me, the smartest way to make a world offering you freedom. And anyway, if you must be lied to by a game, let's at least make it simple to create and easy to enjoy.